I'm flawless. 100% perfection. My name is Dr. Stacy Betancourt, and I welcome you into this week's edition of Making Sense with Dr. Stacy as we talk about flaws. Now, all kidding aside, we have flaws. Whether it be actions or behaviors, we all have flaws. Notice I'm not including physical flaws, as that form of mindset requires its own topic. I want to address actionable flaws. An example, an experience was shared with me regarding an employment interview. A candidate was asked the typical question regarding flaws or aspects of themselves that required self-improvement. Without skipping a beat, the candidate stated they had no flaws and could think of nothing they needed to improve on. Now, most of us would agree that individuals should not have been hired. But they were, and no surprise, their list of flaws were numerous, including behaviors that fostered a toxic work environment, including vindictive behavior. Eventually, they were let go, but not before a path of broken relationships and other mishaps were left in their wake. I've also seen situations with individuals who know their flaws, realize their flaws are hurtful to others, and openly address the fact as an excuse for the behavior and their actions. I call this the yeah but syndrome. Yes, I know my actions and behaviors cause problems, but in other words, change simply isn't there. My take is to each their own, understanding that we can't change others, but we can change ourselves. The consequences associated with arbitrary behavior stem from our flaws in a result that our circle of friends can get smaller and smaller, or even non-existent. Within the workplace, the risk of disciplinary actions can even lead to termination. That's a strong possibility. This is obviously a line crosser, for at what point do we make changes holistically within ourselves to minimize our flaws? This is not about sacrificing ourselves in order to fit in with a small social group. It's understanding that knowing our flaws hurt others, or like the example, causes a toxic or negative work environment. In the scope of daily life, there should come a point when self-reflection enters the picture via conscience. Most people know when they've caused hurt feelings. We learn this from an early age. It's what we do next that matters. Actionable steps include apologizing with efficacy, meaning not that fake apology of, I'm sorry, your feelings were hurt. I always express myself this way. Or they issue some form of excuse rather than focusing on their behavior directly affected someone else. Try this instead. I'm sorry my words or my actions hurt you. I'm a work in progress and I will do better next time. Do you see the difference? The first two examples take us and our flaws out of the equation. Well, the alternative really acknowledges our own personal flaws with a vow to fix known behaviors that isn't kind or acceptable. All of this comes down to grace. It's showing grace to others and ourselves as we work to minimize our flaws. Because remember, we are all on a journey. And even if we want the same exact things in life, how we get there is going to be different. So there is no right way, there is no wrong way, there is only your way. And that's it. I wish you all a great week. I thank you for watching this week's edition of Making Sense with Dr. Stacy, and I will be back next week. Take care, everyone.